अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं
तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरत्न विराजितपदाम्बुजः वेदान्ताम्बुजसूर्यो यः तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चैतन्यशाश्वतशान्तो व्योमातीतो निरञ्जनः बिन्दुनादकलातीतः तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ज्ञानशक्तिसमारूढः तत्त्वमाला विभूषितः भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदाता च तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्त कर्मबन्धविदाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। शोषणं भवसिन्धोश्च ज्ञापनं सारसम्पदः गुरोपादोदकं सम्यक् तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः तत्त्वज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मन्नाथ श्रीजगन्नाथः मद्गुरु श्रीजगद्गुरुः मदात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुरादिरनादिश्च गुरुपरमदैवतं गुरुपरतरं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव।
3 verses on Bharat. Loudly. Start this side first. All 3 verses this side first. Loudly.
सहस्रो विस्तारोऽस्य महामुने कर्मभूमिं सर्वम् अवर्गं च गच्छताम् हिमालयं समारोढम्
Okay, good, very good. This side. You have to match this volume or go higher than them, okay? Loudly, come on. 3, 2, 1, start. हाँ, बहुत ठंडा है ये साइड. लिखा ही नहीं है ठीक से. So many people don't even know what to chant. Maybe लिखा ही नहीं, श्लोक ही नहीं लिखा है. Okay, today evening I will ask anybody, I'll make them stand up and ask, chant. If you don't have it, you better write it down. Anyone. I'm not asking to memorize it, at least read what is written, at least read that. If you have not written, write it down. If you don't know Devanagari script, ask somebody to help you and write in English. Do whatever, but you should know. Alright? Okay, coming to Gita. Page 78. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Together, we chant together. Abhayam sattva samshuddhihi Gyanayogavyawasthithihi Danam damascha yajnascha Swadhyayastapa arjavam. Wait. Only one we have done. We'll go to the next after that. So we did fearlessness, purity of heart. Today the third quality is Gyanayogavyawasthithihi, abidance in the yoga of knowledge. So Gurudev used to say, knowing is not doing, doing is doing. What we learn, if we apply that, live that and transform our lives, then that is called abidance. Otherwise we know many things, but we are not able to live it, we are not able to apply. So the gap between what I know and how I live, what are my convictions and how I live, is a gap which is a very important reason why many times our confidence is low. Because we know we should do something, but we don't. We know we should study well, or we know we should, let us say, overcome anger, or we know we should learn to do some exercise, or we know we should overcome some fear, but we don't do it. That will make us feel weak. When we compromise with our convictions, it will make us feel weak. So it's very important that we gain the knowledge and then we apply in life. Even little knowledge if we have, which we apply and make it our own, that will make us strong. There are people who know lots and lots, but their application is hardly anything. So what are the 3 steps for that? See, it can be anything: punctuality, cleanliness, truthfulness. We know all this. I should be on time, I should ensure that, I keep things clean. Many things we know, but clutter is everywhere. How our room is. Right now, if I come and inspect, what will happen to your rooms? Have you cleaned your rooms in these 5 days? Really? झाड़ू मारा आप लोग ने? नहीं, झाड़ू नहीं मारा स्वामी जी, सिर्फ हमारे कपड़े सब ठीक रखे हुए हैं. कचरा गंदा है, रहने दो नीचे जमीन पर. कुछ especially after yesterday's storm, तो 100% in your rooms there would be some leaves and dust and all that. No? Nothing is there. You shut the doors. Between the door and the floor there is no gap for it to come. Nothing came. Your room is pick and span. If you go now to your room, just with one finger draw, you can draw nice smileys. How many ever doors you may have, dust accumulates when you open, close. And when you put on the fan, all that dust rises also. And then you sleep, you have a nice dust bath also. And you breathe in that dust also. Plus yesterday you came, you sat in the crematorium, ashes of that will be there on your dress. You have gone into your room and then you would have removed that dress. Those ashes would have fallen everywhere. Swamiji, we didn't think of all this. Just think, we know how to be clean, what to do, but many times we don't do it. Swamiji, you already tire us so much with so much work and this, that schedule. अब उसमें झाड़ू कहाँ से मारेंगे हम लोग? But at home, in our phone, in our laptop, how much clutter is there or not? If it is not, you are very organized. I am very happy about it. Super. Any of this, punctuality, cleanliness, studying, whatever it is. What is the 3-step process? When we gain knowledge, with full attention we listen, we understand at that time itself. You know, it is said knowledge is gained in 4 steps. First 25% you learn when you listen with attention. Next 25% you learn when you think and reflect. By yourself individually and as a group. That's why we have group discussions and other things. You can appreciate other people's perspectives also. So 25% you learn by yourself, 25% by reflection within and your own group. 25% 25% by yourself, 25% with the group. So 75% over. And 25% you learn in time. By experience, you will learn more and more and more. And that is how you make it your own. The will must be there to apply that. I must want to do it. Like there are people who want to lose weight, but it is only at the head level. It has not come to the heart. You don't feel that I have to lose weight. If you feel that, then it will start applying. Think about it, why we are not able to do some things, even though we know it, because the feeling is not enough. That's the feeling. Lack of dedication, that's the feeling. So morning I know I must wake up early and let us say do exercise. I know it. But my feeling is the bed is so cozy, comfortable, it is so nice. And after all I deserve rest. I am also a human being, I work very hard. Now the feeling will tell you all this. And then one says, it's okay, one day I can afford to sleep little more. And that one day is which? Every day. So my feeling is for something else. I am having a certain attachment, certain comfort zone. So though I know I can't apply. Everyone knows smoking is not just injurious to health, smoking kills. Nowadays they write on the box, na? Smoking kills. But still what does one do? And one feels it's a sign of being cool. Blowing away your life. And then when one goes to the theater and sees that video of, you know, who is that boy here? Nitesh, na? Mukesh. That boy's video you see and you're like, oh God, I can't see this. I close your eyes. But your lungs will be like that, hello. No, it won't be like Mukesh. That not that bad. Thoda bahut hoga, but I can smoke. Mukesh is that guy whose lungs were completely spoiled. He comes in the ad, no? Smoking. Full cancer and all that. I can't do it. Beach mein kahan puchte rahenge sab. They should know that much. If it's not done, then they have to deal with it now. Can't help it. RT-PCR, anybody has done, not done yet, who needs to do? Listen before you respond. Yeah. My question is, those who needed to do RT-PCR, anybody who has not done, Abba, so tell that person, let him go. So the knowledge, I know smoking is bad, but I still smoke. And sometimes I have no control over it. I become a victim of it. And then no, what you say, no ability to withhold, stop, time, place, nothing one sees. So how does one apply? One has to think more and more about it and feel that I really want to come out of this and channelize the energy towards something higher. Then slowly one will be able to apply. Same way, I know I need to control my temper. Knowledge alone is not enough. Do I feel that I want a peaceful life? Do I feel that I want to be a mind which is quieter so that I can do much more greater and I can be much more happier? If I feel, then it will happen. Information alone is not enough for transformation. Information accompanied by the feeling, that is important. So that is Gyanayogavyawasthithihi. From Vedanta? No, Gyanayogavyawasthithihi means, see, literally Jnana is knowledge. Vyavasthiti is abidance. Abidance in the knowledge that you have is the simple meaning of Gyanayogavyawasthithihi. If we go technically into the spiritual field, Jnana Yoga means the path of knowledge, where I am not the body, I am the self. To abide in that knowledge is called Gyanayogavyawasthithihi. So where one will listen to the teacher, one will reflect on it, same process. One will listen, one will reflect, one will meditate, and then come to experience that yes, I am not this body at all, this is just a tool. So using logic, one reflects, experiential proof of people's lives, how they have lived, one sees, then one understands what it is. So that is from the deeper spiritual part. We can apply this in our life for various other aspects which we know but we are not able to apply. Yes, good question. So how do we feel? When we see the benefits of that thing and we want that benefit for ourselves, then the feeling will come. Suppose exercise, right? Now I see the benefits of it, my stamina will increase, I will feel fresh, I will have more energy through the day, I want it. The more I think about the benefits of it, my feeling will come. Like, see, why is there a feeling for sleep? Because I experience its benefit. No, I feel so happy just lying in the bed, aram se. Even if I've woken up, I'm tossing about, but I feel so good about it. So feeling is there. This feeling has to come for something else. When I see the good qualities of that, benefits of that, advantages of that, then we feel. How do you fall in love with somebody? Swamiji, that is very simple. You just look and you fall. पहली नजर में प्यार हो गया. Gone. Remember, in English there is a very nice saying, love at first sight, divorce at first fight. Love also you grow in love when you appreciate the goodness of other people. Na? That person whom you love, whoever it is, it may be a person, it may be a dog, cat, pet, whatever it is. You start seeing the goodness, you start adoring them, the benefits of being in their company, how good you feel about it, then the feeling comes. Same thing you have to do for other things. What is the benefit of being peaceful, and how when I am peaceful I am so happy, when I am angry I am so disturbed. Now if I see this contrast, my feeling for peace will increase, and the impulsiveness and anger will slowly reduce, and the will come that I want to overcome it. So one aspect of feeling is you think about the benefits, and one aspect of the comfort zone which we are stuck in is to see the harmfulness of that. That if I sleep and I don't do exercise, immediately I feel good about it, but in the long run, I don't feel good about it. So in a memory aid, if I have to give you how to develop feeling for something that you know but you are not able to apply, think of the pleasure of the pain and the pain of the pleasure. That's it. That's the answer. Think of the pleasure of the pain. You may not like to get up early in the morning, but when you get up, what is the benefit of that? And what is the pain of the pleasure? If I sleep, very pleasurable. Some people are going through that right now. Happily sleeping in their room. Oh, Swamiji, I'm very exhausted. I just can't. Physical tiredness, yeah, come on. If you sleep 4-5 hours, you can handle it. So many of you are sitting here. You are also young people. Others also are young people. Somebody genuinely has fever or not at all feeling well, that's a different matter. But many times it is psychosomatic. It's just the mind not wanting to go ahead. Mind gives up saying, no, I can't. I just want to sleep. So that's what happens at that time. So think of the painful aspect of the pleasure, that what are you missing out? And think of the pleasureful aspect of the pain, that if I come, I'll push myself and I come. Somebody was telling today morning only that because we are here, even with 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep, we are still functioning and we are doing whole day's activities. If we were at home, we would not have been able to do that, right? Now you have pushed yourself, na? Now you feel good about it. It may not be the pleasure of sleep, but you are experiencing a higher joy. That when you have pushed yourself out of comfort zone, how good you feel. If you think of those things, pleasure of the pain and the pain of the pleasure, feeling will come for it. So this is the third quality. Going to the fourth, Danam. Danam is the attitude of generosity. The attitude of giving, not only generosity. We are most of the time in the attitude of taking, receiving, and there's nothing wrong in receiving, taking. One should not have ego about it. I don't receive anything from anybody. I am only a giver. Nobody can only be a giver. Everybody has to be mutual, receive and give. Because in receiving also you help somebody. They love you, they want to give you something, you don't take. Why? I am only a giver, I don't receive. They'll feel hurt. Even receiving, there's nothing wrong. But there are people, even if you give them everything, they are still unhappy. How much ever you love them, they feel, I am not loved at all. Nobody cares for me. I am a lonely soul in this world. But they'll have 5,000 friends on Facebook and Instagram. There are people who have enough and more and who can give, but they will not give. Whether it is wealth, whether it is knowledge, whether it is talents, whether it is compliments also. इतना कंजूसी करते हैं compliment देने में. One exercise you do today. Through the day, at least 5 people you meet who are not very, very close to you or your friend or your sibling or anybody. Some other 5 people. You can do it for friend, sibling also. It's alright because you may not have done it to them. They will also feel happy. Only 5 people genuinely find something good about them and give them 2 compliments. Will you do? Don't do just like that for the heck of it. You look very good today. Today means here, boss. This exercise has to be done today. You can continue this in Mumbai, no problem. Actually speaking, it's a good exercise to do every day. If you at least compliment 2 people, you see how good you will feel. Because you will get the habit of seeing goodness in others. Otherwise, what do we see first? We see only weakness. This person is good, but height थोड़ा कम है. इसका स्माइल में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. इसका स्माइल डिफेक्टिव है क्योंकि डिंपल है उसमें. कुछ भी. So when we see, we start seeing goodness. So attitude of giving. You know the best, this one line, what is there on top, na? Gurudev used to say, in Chinmaya Mission pledge, it is there. Have we put the pledge in your book? Oh, we have not put. In Chinmaya Mission pledge, there is a very nice line. Gurudev says, producing more than what we consume and giving more than what we take. If you live that line, you are emotionally sorted, relationship-wise also sorted. And nobody can take advantage of you or make you feel lesser. Because you are in an attitude of giving. Half the time people keep on waiting, people will love me. And even if people love you, you want them to love in a specific way only. If they don't love you in that specific way, that means they don't love. Gone. If we go out and give love, Gurudev used to say, don't be a beggar of love, be a giver of love. The best way to love is to give, and when you give love, you will get love. No, Swamiji, I gave love to this person, but that person didn't love me back. What can I do? Are business hai kya? Maybe that person does not love you back in the way you want and to the intensity you want. Somebody else will. Be open. If you love if you feel joy in the very act of giving love, you are done. That's it. All relationships are meant for that actually. Wait, let me finish. I'll ask. So, attitude of giving. Share the abundance with the deserving. Be generous in sharing your talents, resources, knowledge, time, effort. Give compliments. And especially if there is a noble cause that you feel for, then give in any of this, whatever you can. When you contribute to a noble cause, it gives a deep sense of satisfaction. It brings out the potential. It helps the cause. It helps to reach people or the beings, whatever the cause may be. So Danam is a necessary quality. Lot of people think Daan means what? Optional. I may do Daan if I can do. Because they connect Daan only to money. Now tell me, whatever we do Daan, does it mean that it is an object? Think before you answer. Huh? Whatever Daan we do, does that mean that that Daan is of the object? Why you say no?
For example, time is not an object or effort is not an object.
Right. So, Samay Daan, Samay does not become an object. Shram Daan, Shram is not an object. Gyan Daan, Gyan is not a object. Object Daan is called Dravya Daan. So, if you give some clothes, if you give some furniture, if you give whatever, medicine, all that is tangible object. So when we do Daan of a Dravya, that is called Dravya Daan. But any Daan done does not mean that thing is a object. Please know this very, very clearly, because there are so many people who today, in the name of being modern, who in the name of breaking patriarchy, this, that, they take such stupid decisions. I have decided that in my marriage, I will not do Kanya Daan. Why? Because Kanya is not an object. From where is this coming? Because it's born out of your ignorance. Because you think that Kanya is an object because Kanya Daan is done. So then Samay also is object, Prem also is object, Gyan also is object, Shram is also object, everything is object then. Kanya Daan means the family of the bride officially says that now we hand over our daughter to you, to the bridegroom and their family, so that your family's lineage will continue forward. Can a man produce a child? Tell me, yes or no? Only a woman can produce a child, no? So who takes the lineage forward of the family? What is wrong if it is said that voluntarily when a woman decides to marry and the families, both families come together, the marriage ceremony is done, the highest daan possible for a grahasthi is Kanya Daan. The parents do so much for the daughter, bring her up with so much of love, and they have to send her to another home. The daughter also goes through so much. emotionally that she leaves the house and goes, but it is done for a higher purpose. And it is not that makes the daughter as an object. No. Obviously the family bond continues or not. She comes to the parents' house whenever she likes. Parents come to meet her. All that happens. It's not an object that, okay, I've given away my daughter and all that is nonsense. People say, Kanyadan nahi, Kanya maan hai. Arey, Kanyadan hi Kanya ka maan hai, bhai. Kanyadan is not a apman of Kanya. Think about that. So in the name of being modern, people are doing all these things just born out of ignorance. Kanyadan is the highest ritual which makes that grahasthi anchor in detachment, which makes that girl emotionally and also psychologically very clear that now from this family I am going to this family. Now both these are my families. It is not that this is my in-laws family and this is my parents' family. Same thing the boy also has to do. It is not that the boy thinks that this is my family and that is my in-laws family. The boy also accepts both families as theirs. No, why is Putra Dan not done? Why is only Kanya Dan done? Because Kanya only can give birth to the child, boss. And Kanya goes to that house. No, we are not believing in that. We don't go to the house. We have decided before marriage that we will stay separate from our in-laws. So no need to go to any house. All stupid notions. Even if you stay separately, doesn't matter. It is still a fact that from your gotra you have gone to another gotra. That was the concept of our Ganyadan. Inter-gotra marriage is not possible and it should not be done because genetic disorders will be there in the child. That is scientifically proved today. When they do in family weddings, children will have genetic issues. So to avoid that in family wedding, it is said which gotra you are, you don't marry. Sagotra marriage it is called. That is not possible. You go out of your gotra. That is why it is said Kanyadan. It's not a question of staying together with the family or not staying together with the family. It is not a question of the boy is Dan done or the girl ka Dan is done. It's not like that. And do you know scientifically, all of you have studied biology, no? 2 chromosomes are required for the child. If X and X chromosome come together, then what will be the child's gender? Girl child. If X and Y come together, boy. Now remember this. If the girl, and Y chromosome is the chromosome for the male, right? To preserve that male chromosome, which is Y, the Kanyadan when it is done, then when a boy, the male child is born, that Y chromosome is preserved. It is not that male child is superior and that's why the male child is desired and female child is inferior and we don't want a girl child because of that. That is not the reason. The reason is the XY chromosome. So the Y chromosome has to be preserved. Otherwise the male gender will get over, finished. So it is very necessary to understand this fact. So to take that lineage of that Y chromosome forward, the Kanyadan happens. So the child is remembered by the gotra, which is the Y chromosome. Are you understanding? If the girl does not change the gotra, one will not know which is the lineage. So you can trace back the Y chromosome up to the Rishi, the ancestor. And that's why the girl comes into the new gotra. Leaving her gotra behind, she comes to the new gotra. That is why it is called Dan. And do you know the meaning of the word Dan? Dan, Da is the root word for Dan. Da means to give, Dadati. So Kanyadan literally means the bride is given to another family. Does not mean donation. Okay. Is the bride not going to another family? Is the father not giving the hand of the daughter to the hand of the bride? That the bridegroom, that's what is happening, no? If we know all this, we will not have any confusions. And just because some film actors, they make an ad. Have you seen that ad, Alia Bhatt's ad? This Kanyadan and Kanyaman. You go on my YouTube channel and see one full video I have made on that, Kanyadan and Kanyaman. And in that we have explained that what is Kanyadan and what is Kanyaman. You should understand. Because these guys are nuts. They have an vested agenda to destroy Hindu culture. And none of us are aware of those things. Just because that person is a celebrity, can act well, does not mean she is qualified to speak on the culture without any knowledge, just preaching anything. That's not appropriate, no? If I give a comment on acting, will people accept? What makes them qualified to give a comment on Kanyadan, Kanyaman without doing research? You do research and you come out with some facts, I'll accept. No problem. No research you have done, you want to attack a faith, you want to destroy that faith's ancient practice, which is a very beautiful practice, and you want to create confusions in the minds of people, that is not acceptable. So, Daan, that's the point to understand. Daan is not always of any object alone. Daan means just to give. In certain context, Daan, Da means to give, that's it. Go ahead. Life is an echo. What you send out comes back. That's one important aspect we should remember. It may not come back from the same person, but it will come back to you. You give love, you will get back love. There is no doubt. If you are open to it. We get close, then we are stuck. If you send out hatred, you will get hatred in return. We take this boomerang, no? The same action keeps happening again and again and again. Life is like that only. You send out love, it will boomerang on you multifold. You send out anger, it will boomerang on you multifold. You send out negative thoughts, it will come back to you multifold. It's just like that. Echo, what will happen? You say once, but you can hear the sound many times. It will be like that. So, be in the attitude of giving. Who is he? Wait. Who is he with the specs? N. Chandrasekhar. No. Wait. Come on, man. On this right side, who is he? Don't know? Really, I am really disappointed. Come on. Which world do you guys live in, huh? Okay, at least on that side, on the right side of this person, the first photo there, who is he? Pakka? Pakka? That's J.R.D. Tata? This group here has a doubt. Who is he? Huh? This is Ratan Tata. Who is he, boss? J.R.D. So how many say J.R.D.? See, I told you, no, this group. So half of you have doubts. This, the first photograph without specs. Is it J.R.D. Tata? How many say? You are half. इतना तो समझना चाहिए यार. ये तो पहले भी दिखाया था. ये J.R.D. टाटा ही है. So many people are still in doubt. कौन है ये? वही का वही पिक्चर है यार. Just that in this is little elder. He is Narayana Murthy, founder of Infosys, and you don't know him. Come on, yaar. What? I am not asking some great saint, Vidyaranya Swami or any Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, anybody. A person who has done so much for our country, his wife is doing so much for our country, Sudha Murthy, and we don't even recognize them. And we will be very happy to recognize some other whatever. Bollywood stars, Hollywood stars, and pop stars, and all those things, which is all right. At your age, you may know all that, no problem. But at least know the nation builders. Who are these guys? From where have they started? What have they done to the country? Infosys today, your Aadhaar card, which you are having, Nandan Nilekani is one of the main brains behind it. And he was who? He was a part of Infosys. He was the next this thing of Narayan Murthy, successor of Narayan Murthy. Some basic info we should have, man, about these people. They are the people because of whom we are benefiting so many things. IT sector, the boom has happened because of Narayan Murthy, because of Wipro, Azim Premji. So many of these people, they have taken India to these great heights. And many of you may want to go to America and settle and take up some jobs and all that. Lot of people in America who are in the IT are because of these guys who have ensured that those things happen. What did they say about Daan? Go ahead. Wealth. J.R.D. Tata's wealth is, his quote is very powerful. See. Money is like manure. It stinks when you pile it. It grows when you spread it. Such a powerful quote it is. Next one. The real power of money is the power to give it away. These are people who have earned enough wealth, who share, who donate, who do enough charity to help educational causes, poverty, illiteracy, so many things. Move ahead. One beautiful Sanskrit quote is Danena panir natu kankanena. The beauty of the hands, go ahead, is not in charity. The beauty of hands is not in merely wearing the bracelets and rings. It is in the attitude of charity. So, this is one very important aspect to understand about Daan. Last point about Daan is there are three types of givers. Again, this is from Gita. Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. You will find this in 17th chapter again. Sattvic people, they will give out of inspiration and joy. They will give even unasked. They know that some cause is to be furthered. They will go ahead and do it. Rajasic people, they may give when asked, but they want recognition. They will not give until their name is displayed, their photograph comes and their social media post is done and then many likes come. They will do mainly for that. And Tamasic Daan, they are very possessive. They will not give at all. Even if they give when forced, they will give it very unwillingly. So, in the Gita, very clearly Bhagavan says, which place you give the Daan, which time you give the Daan, and to which deserving person you give the Daan. Deshe kale patrecha. While doing Daan, one should be careful about that. One cannot do Daan just like that, because if that money is utilized for some wrong purposes, you will get the karmic effect of that. So it is important to verify the cause, like what today they do, due diligence. You have to do due diligence before you do the Daan. So this is about Daan. Now on this, some people had raised the hands. Yeah. Because if you find joy in the act of loving, then it will become selfless. A painter feels the joy in painting itself. How much that painting is sold for, etc., will be secondary. If that person is painting for because he loves painting, a different quality will come for that painting. If he is painting because he needs money, quality will be again different. So if I start enjoying the very process of giving love, that is selfless love, then expectation may still be there, there's no doubt, but dependence on that is not there. It's not that we should never expect anything from anybody. We may have natural expectation that I love this person, the person loves me back, no problem. But if my insistence is on that, this person loves me back, otherwise I can't love that person, otherwise, I am shattered, or I cannot love anybody after this, then that is called dependency. That dependency alone we have to drop. By focusing on you and your love and your joy. When you love something, you will feel so happy. Like you love a flower.
Or you love your pet, right?
Huh.
You don't have expectations from the pet that how it will love you back or way. But this subtly happens with the person. It always happens.
That's because we have trained ourselves like that, no?
How do you get out of it?
So become aware of that expectation. And why is that expectation there? Because I have a need for love from somewhere else, because I have not found it in my heart. So that's where I need to find in my heart the joy of giving love. We are conditioned to think that if people love me, then I will be happy. That's our conditioning. No doubt if people love us, it makes me happy, but only when people love me, I can be happy, or only when some people love me, I can be happy. That's our conditioning. A mother loves the child, and till the mother's love is not having the insistence that child must love back in some way, the mother's love is very detached, very joyful. But the moment expectations start and insistence starts, then the mother also feels power of attachment. The son also feels possessive or possessed, doesn't want that. So that is the conditioning that comes, because the joy of giving is replaced now with attachment, with that insistence that this has to be like this only. That I have to become aware and drop. Invoke self-love, invoke devotion, find joy in the very act of giving love. And it's a slow process to condition, to decondition. It will happen with practice. It will happen with awareness. See, at different times we may have three qualities, all the three in us. It's not that every person will have only one of these. Sometimes I may give unwillingly because I'm more possessive about certain things. Sometimes I may give but I want recognition. And sometimes I may give just like that. So each one can have all the three also. But what is my predominant attitude? That determines who I am. And also determines, also depends on what cause I am giving to. Suppose I come in a selfless cause and I want recognition. I will suffer in that place. Like people come to spiritual organizations and they want a lot of recognition. Then they suffer, because in spiritual organization many times when we come to drop our ego. And now if you want boost of ego, then you will suffer through it. So in which place we go, what cause we support also matters a lot. In some places you go, you want recognition, no problem. Let you have it. No issue at all, because that is the platform for that. If you go to Rotary Club, Lions Club, this, that, no problem. There they will recognize also, and they will announce also, this person gave this much donation to support this project. In front of everybody they will announce also that. And the person also feels good about it. So mutually it is beneficial for both. Exactly, that's why it is important to identify. We said give to the deserving. If people take advantage of you, you cannot give. Not because you don't want to give, but because it's not good for them also. And you are allowing them a chance to exploit you, which is not good for you also. So where we find that kind of a thing happening, we have to immediately stop. Constant help is not help. Constant help is dependency. That one has to know very clearly. That's why they say, Annadanam, Mahaddanam, Vidyadanam, Ataparam. In English they say, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, you teach him fishing, you feed him for a lifetime. That's the difference between Annadan and Vidyadan. So you may do Annadan, but slowly make them empowered that they can earn their livelihood by themselves, then that's a better daan. Otherwise, they'll keep depending on you. Then they will not work, which is what is happening in the beginning. I told you that, right? That so many government schemes which are there, because of that, people have become very lazy. They're not doing hard work because it's coming. Subsidies, free things. So we'll stop here today. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.